Plaintiff Christian Tyndall Hall says the defendant is his cousin, but he always looked at her as more of a sister than a cousin. Christian claims after they moved in together, the defendant often had sex parties in their apartment, and he's suing her today for rent and emotional distress. Defendant Raven Smith says Christian was her favorite cousin, but he has horrible taste in men. Raven denies owing Christian for rent because she insists she cared for his dog for 3 months free of charge.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Hi, this is my cousin Raven. I looked at her like almost a sister, like she was close to me. And then I realized she was not trustworthy and unappreciative.
How long you all been hanging out, or were close, if at all?
Yeah, we grew up together. We was like best friends, playing video games, soccer and stuff like that. We was real close.
And you never had falling outs prior to this?
No, nothing prior to this.
Oh, okay. Well, that says a lot. And sorry to hear that this has come between what sounds like a perfect friendship among relatives. Let me hear from you.
Well, as you know, Christian is my cousin. He was actually my favorite cousin. He's a fabulous person. I'm not going to just, make it seem like he's a bad person. He's a fabulous guy.
What's fabulous about him?
I feel he takes good care of, I'll say, like, people, animals. I just feel like he's real, like, loving.
Kind-hearted guy.
Yeah, he has a kind-hearted at most points, but it's times. Well, Christian, he thinks he's Superman and he want to smoke and he turned into a whole nother person. So that was
when
something.
He smokes, he turns into.
Yes, he turns into Superman. Yeah, he want to be it's like he want to be Superman, something like that.
What is he smoking?
The marijuana, the loud.
Like that. He putting something in here.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to go there.
Marijuana bring you down.
Judge.
It don't. That's.
Judge.
Yes. And the Hennessy.
Superman, I'm Superman. Beam me up, Scotty.
What?
That rock, dog.
And the
that
Hennessy
rock.
kind of
Beam me up. Take me to another place. Yes, ma'am.
And also the Hennessy as well. I left that out as well.
Takes you down too. Everything you just mentioned takes you down. Doesn't make you go up and think you're Superman.
Yeah,
only 2 or 3 things does that.
And I used to tell my cousin, like, when we was growing up, him dating, he really has like a horrible taste in guys. He be on this dating app. I don't know the exact name, but they are horrible. And it's like they get in his brain, like they have him doing things, and it's crazy.
Doing things like what?
Yeah.
As I see, I didn't know right now. I feel like one of them got him his head because I'm here.
And got him doing what?
Suing me is.
Okay, you said they get in his head like it happens more often than just today.
It actually does. It's petty
and
stuff.
You can't give me any examples, though.
It's petty stuff. I feel like I'm his cousin.
You have anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, what you mad about his relationship? Take care of your own thing. You know of her having anybody?
Yeah, Your Honor, she has sex parties. She had sex parties in my apartment.
Right.
Meryl.
That's her thing, sex parties.
Sex parties. She has a bunch of girls going in and out of my apartment, in my bed, freaking on them and stuff. Starving my dogs and having weed parties. She had a weed party before I got back into my apartment.
You must have let her do it. Are you all share apartment together?
We did at the moment.
That's why you're here today, suing about rent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell me when you all moved in together and what was the agreement?
My rent is $1,500 a month. We both agreed to pay. She's supposed to pay $500 a month.
Starting when? When did you all move in?
I'll say the end of like April. I came, but I was supposed to start
May?
in May.
All right.
Exactly.
How did it go living there, with her living there?
I mean, at the time when she moved in, I ended up going downtown with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
My friend ended up getting pulled over by the officers, and they ran all our names, and I had a warrant. I ended up going to jail, so I called my cousin. I was like, would you be able to pay your half of the rent until I get out. She said, okay, she agreed. And I was like, can you watch my dog on top of that? Because my dog was in my apartment. She agreed. I get out. My landlord calling me.
How long?
After.
How long did you
3
get
months.
3 months.
3 months. What happened?
From when I got out, my landlord said, you're 3 months behind, and I paid my half. She didn't pay her half.
What months were those? June, July, and August? What months?
I was babysitting that dog.
May, June, July.
May,
I don't owe you nothing.
June, July. And so aside from that, how was it living there
I mean,
with her? I mean, all you've told me about is this one thing.
well,
Everything else was fine?
Everything else was fine other than
Good enough.
He's real, like, loving.
Kind-hearted guy.
Yeah, he has a kind heart at most points, but it's times. Well, Christian, you know, he thinks he's Superman and he want to smoke and he turned into a whole nother person.
Defendant Raven Smith is being sued by her cousin, who claims Raven often had sex parties in his apartment.
All right, you tell me how it was living together.
It was actually, he got locked up. That's what basically he got locked up at, I say, like around the 22nd of April. So I said a few days after that, him and his friends, they went out. And like he said, they were, you know, partying, having a good time. He forgot, he left out, he mouthed off the police. That's why they end up finding the warrant.
We talking about you now, though. He can speak for himself, and he has. How did it go when you were living
When
in
I
this
was
place?
there, it was actually okay. I had to watch his dog. We didn't talk about that. So I figured we were even.
She starved.
You figured?
I figured-
Where'd you get your figuring?
I just automatically, I probably thought it wrong. I just automatically, because it was my
That's
cousin.
the problem.
My dog
Yeah,
came
just
out looking
automatic. I
like
just
Michael
figured
Jackson.
it. Exactly.
No, because unless you had an agreement that he would that you could watch the dog in exchange for rent. You never mentioned that to him? You never said, well, I watch
was
them
my-
dogs, but you got to take a couple dollars
dollars
off.
off. Exactly.
That was never discussed. That's the only way you could have gotten it. You could have if that had been part of the agreement. But what about these 3 months? May, June, and July. I know you saying it's because of the dogs. Any other defense other than the dogs?
No, sir.
Okay.
Judge.
And yes,
Would I be able to show you a picture of my dog that she starved?
starved
Yeah, she starved my dog. My
while
dog
you were
was-
locked up
Yeah,
for
well,
3 months.
My
The dog alive?
Huh?
Did
She's
the-
still alive.
All right.
She just skinny.
Well, the
and
dog
she
went to
looked
jail
like-
with you. You should have thought about that when you were going to jail. Oh, my dog gonna be in bad shape because I'm
Actually,
going to
the
jail.
dog was skinny before you went to jail,
No,
but we're
the
not
dog
going to
was
talk about that.
Fully healthy, hair long to the floor.
That's your emotional distress.
That's my emotion.
Where's the picture?
Right here.
What page?
Number 8.
Then you had asked her, and she had agreed to care for the dog.
Yes.
What am I supposed to see on page 8?
How
Looks
skinny
like a
the dog
perfectly
is.
healthy dog to me.
The dog is skinny in that picture.
I don't know how the dog looked before. You have a before picture?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm gonna know whether the after picture is good.
Exactly.
I was sad. I had took the picture as soon as I got home. I was like,
Y'all out of here. Y'all are a piece of work. She don't think right, and you want to show me some pictures. See how little he is? He's starving.
He was
I don't know
starving
what
before
he
you
used to
left.
look like. I'll grant you your judgment for the rent, and that amount is $1,500. Have a good day.
thank you. Next time, take more responsibilities and pay your half. Pay what you gotta owe.
Next time, just leave your dog some food and he won't starve.
I left my dog some food.